give them a market analysis, for this week.
You want me to go live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, I think we are live.
Yeah.
Yes, we are live. I can see the comments.
Right. So before we begin, Pareen, I would just like to discuss how's been your week.
The week has been really nice and eventful. I think the markets are going sideways, and we're still seeing a lot of positive news this week. So I would say amazing stuff going on, and I think a lot of interesting products. We are awaiting launches for them, so looking forward to that.
Right. Yeah, because audiences know that, but because you can find that in our community, which I've just shared. I think that's a fantastic service which we kind of have published now so far.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that? How will that help people kind of, telling us and sharing us the problems which we're facing with the WazirX exchange?
Right. I think we are one company that listens a lot to our users. So definitely for us, that's a guiding force in everything that we do, right? So when we listen directly from our users, that's the best kind of feedback that we can get, right? And so many exciting things coming up on our side as well. So
right. You want to take up any of the comments, Pareen? Since
this is like a regular stuff. Shipcoin.
Yeah.
Shipcoin. The problem is that these things are, really, really volatile. So do not just buy anything at any price. Right? Be careful. I think people got shipped airdrop, but these coins are really, really risky to trade in. So only trade when you know what you're doing. Right? That's something that I really find a lot of people don't follow out there.
Right.
A lot of project and WRX burn. I think on Friday also, most of the questions were about when WRX burn is happening. And rate kab up honge? Yeah, another popular question. I think markets last week went
go on the kind of right. I mean, there's a lot of discussion on Twitter going on about the Bitcoin moving. Two of them are kind of are expecting bullish returns from Bitcoin.
So I think
what's your take on that?
I think I would say I am definitely bullish on Bitcoin in the next later half of the year, because I think the 64,000 rally has given us a nice correction window to go up to 100K now. We started from 7,000, if people remember last year's price, and it's been in the bull run since then. So it was due for a correction. I think this will help pave the way for next rally for Bitcoin only. That's what I think.
Right. And off lately, I mean, there are a lot of ransom attacks been happening because there are again these hacks like it happened usual in 2017. So there's a group Reveal which kind of is demanding 70 million because again it's the same trajectory. If you see, just like in 2017, I mean, all the things. Just I say that the bad can be done with cash and the good thing can be also be done with cash, and it's the same with any other technology, right? How do you see it?
I definitely think that people need to be aware that these scams are being done, but these people also get caught. So it's not like dealing in cryptocurrency makes you invincible or something, right? You still have to follow the law. So when you do that, essentially, I think people will discover way more positive uses of cryptocurrency than negative uses, because all of these scammers, I think last year the high profile scam when Elon Musk's Twitter was hacked, all of these scammers at the end get caught, right? Just like if they were to scam people in USD, what you said is perfect. Like knife can be used to save someone's life, a knife can also be used to kill someone, right? So it's not the
Yes.
fault if a person is using it to kill someone.
Right. Since I was going through our videos and there were some interesting questions asked, one of the question which was is to when to buy a cold storage. Basically, the confusion is, whether the bitcoins or any token should be kept on exchange or should people buy cold storage. Now, I guess they need to have a clarity in between, right? So, would you throw some light on this? That when should somebody buy cold storage? And yeah, and
So, there is a difference between trading and investing, right? If you're trading, let's say every day, sitting in front of the charts and also, uh, let's say, analyzing markets, and let's say you have at least few trades every week, then you have no option but to keep it on the exchange, right? That is there. You can't keep transferring it and out. But if there is a certain portion of your crypto that you are going to hold, at least for let's say a few months or even more than that, then you should consider getting your own storage. And you also have to be very clear that let's say if you buy a hardware wallet or if you use a paper wallet, your risk uh, of custody comes with you, right? Here we are taking hundreds of measures to safeguard people's funds, right? But when you put it in your own wallet, which is custodial wallet, then it's completely your responsibility as well, right? If you lose the hardware wallet somewhere or if you lose your private keys somewhere, then it's done, right? There is no forgot password button there. So these are trade-offs. If I were to hold a large amount for a long time, I would definitely prefer cold storage somewhere. If not, then usually it's okay on the next.
right, right. Right, right. Well, very well explained, Pareen. And here I again reiterate to people who are new to our community that WazirX has introduced phone support now from Monday to Sunday, and it will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can go to our community page and check out these numbers, and it's also being shared on the social platforms. So because I see that probably what WazirX promised them with the trust, they've also delivered the same thing with this service, and never solve people's problems. So I would just like to reiterate here. Now, Pareen, I would just like to know what are your thoughts on Ethereum now? How do you see the Ethereum larger picture? Because there are various NFT platforms. I mean, Binance has opened up, and the other NFT platforms. And how do you see that now? Because, and is there something big which is awaiting Ethereum?
So I think, see, Ethereum right now, their main challenge is to deliver on ETH 2.0. Right? We've been waiting for a long time, and Ethereum has to make sure that that product is delivered and the code is robust enough for people to trust it, right? That if it is delivered, I think Ethereum is the next rocket, really. But if they can't deliver it, as you mentioned, Binance Smart Chain and Tezos and Solana now, lot of these players are getting serious money. A lot of them are getting serious support from developer community because ETH has not delivered for years now. So if new investors don't know, ETH version 2.0 has been promised since a few years at least, and the development team has not been able to deliver it. Now, I think recently, in fact, just a few days ago, they announced that we are one step closer to Ethereum 2.0, and there are quite a few exciting things in that, but they still need to be able to deliver. So that's my take on it. Right now, it's still the biggest chain after Bitcoin anyway, so it will hold importance for foreseeable future. But if they don't deliver this time, a lot of people will lose their faith.
Right, right. Now, since you talked about the most interesting thing right now in the tokenization era, which is the Solana, right? A lot of buzz is being generated around Solana, and a lot of people are asking WazirX to list Solana on its exchange platform, right?
Yeah.
Please throw some light what Solana is and what's how it's going to play out in this whole era of tokenization now.
Right. So I think see Solana is a very smart play to make sure that there is a certain trade-off in terms of security or speed, right? You have different apps that make different trade-offs. Solana is aiming to build a fast blockchain, whereas all of us know that Ethereum is super slow. Also, gas fees are a big problem with Ethereum as of now. Uh,
Right.
what Solana has done is move to something called proof of history instead of proof of stake or proof of work, and we hope that it essentially creates a different kind of a blockchain where it is fast enough and it doesn't compromise on security as much as uh, let's say a large pool of apps can uh, do with, right? So uh, basically, when I think of Solana, I think Ethereum is slow, Solana is fast. Okay, Ethereum may have uh, a little better security, but that's a trade-off that we are making. So, a lot of small technological improvements that have been made in Solana, which are path-breaking, and definitely, I think a lot of new tokens will be launched on Solana now. So, yeah, and I think WazirX will also list it in the near future, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Or, and my next question is to kind of how news from Paraguay, and it's not been official anything, but after El Salvador, I think Paraguay is being heard of making their initial steps. And yeah, so how do you see that country is adopting its approach now?
So I think this is just the first wave of countries adopting this, but I think very soon we will see some mainstream countries making it as well, right? Right now, what we are seeing is massive support in El Salvador. I think El Salvador is definitely leading the race in every way. They are going to give $30 airdrop of Bitcoin to every citizen, which is mind blowing. It's just stimulus in form of Bitcoin,
Right.
which is massive. So we are definitely seeing a lot of countries now try to cash in on it, but I'm not sure if every country will adopt it with the same in jest. Otherwise, it just becomes a PR media stunt to attract some capital in the country. Let's see what Paraguay comes up with. They haven't. I don't think there has been any concrete steps as of now. But like in just uh, simple terms, I think this is only the start. We will see some maybe Western European countries, uh, Eastern European countries legalizing it as a tender, and that will be massive. Like one major
Yeah.
country does this.
I think Estonia has been doing some really good works in that direction, the blockchain platforms and kind of e-residency and everything.
Yeah.
So we hope that more turns it around. Now, so I would kind of ask you some questions now, which kind of are very basic and which would help our new subscribers and viewers understand few things in crypto, right? So my first question to you is, what do you mean by shilling?
Shilling means when anyone wants to sell their favorite token or the token that they hold to someone else, right? I could talk about XYZ coin for like half an hour and this is the best coin, this is the best coin, this is the best coin, without painting the full picture.
Right.
Like I said, for Solana, right? There are some advantages, there are disadvantages. So then, as an investor, you can make an informed decision. But let's say if I were to only tell you the good sides of Ethereum and only the bad sides of Solana, that would not be nice, right? Just because I want
Right. Hmm.
price to go up, right? So a lot of influencers, a lot of media tries to shill a particular token. When we say shilling, means they're just selling it to you, and you should not fall for that for sure.
Right. And so for our new subscribers and for people who are new to crypto, this is what shilling means, as Pareen just told about it. And in case you still have questions, you can just type on in the YouTube comments. And Pareen, now I further kind of pursue you to the China's Bitcoin ban, right? The mining ban. Now it's still playing out as a fun, or there's something more to it?
Yeah, I think we saw some unverified images of miners being shipped out of China. So yes, definitely it seems, and the hash rate has gone down. Lot of changes happening. So definitely, I think China has got really serious about banning Bitcoin mining, and they've done that. But it's only going to help the rest of the world.
Right.
It's initially it was people were saying all the mining is centralized in China. Now it's banned. Now they're saying, oh, what if China doesn't adopt this? If the narrative right now is that China wants to make digital yuan the next world standard, right? And in that regard, only
Yeah.
Bitcoin can compete with it right now, as US dollar is losing its power and authority, so to speak. So even if China plans to do that, it's a
Hmm.
really bad step to compete with Bitcoin right there, where entire world is supporting one coin. I don't think that's going to work out very well for China. And there are quite a few amazing articles
Right.
where China did something like this before. I think it was maybe 600 years before,
Yeah.
where China ended up banning something which was as valuable as Bitcoin, which was gold. It was pretty crazy
Yeah.
to ban gold. It's like banning Bitcoin today, and countries who are doing that will be remembered
Right.
in the history as someone who banned Bitcoin. So it's an important step, but I think they are pretty authoritative.
Right. So there's a unique case study which is happening, kind of a lot of tweets being shared upon. So it's like this. So the cycle moves like this. The token goes up, and a lot of users, right? The moment token becomes bearish, you see new followers now coming into and joining this token brigade, right? So just wanted to make aware to these crypto users that there's a thing called DYOR, which means do your own research, right? And this is where it's going to play out. Would you like to throw some light that how they should just wait and invest in a technology rather than just be a part of this whole social media kind of thing, and just follow the whole thing, because otherwise they'll just become like sheeps, and they'll end up losing money. And I think that's the most important point which I want you to highlight, to explain them as to why this research is so important, and why it's not so good to follow this whole cycle you know
I think they need to be aware of there's something called pump and dump. Okay, it
yeah
means pump the coin, make it go up significantly, and then when people are buying it, you sell to those people, and these people, when the price crash, they lose a lot of money.
yeah
So new investors who do not understand Bitcoin first, you should go ahead and understand Bitcoin. If you're skipping understanding Bitcoin, you will never understand most coins in the market, right? That's the seed for the entire industry right there. Second thing to understand is what Archit said: do your own research, right? Everyone says do your own research, but what does that mean, right? Uh,
precisely
Before you're buying a coin, read that coin's white paper. That's one very important thing. If you do not do that, then you are just blindly investing, gambling. If you lose money, you cannot complain to anyone, right? First, do your own research, which means read the white paper, check out the team behind the project, go to LinkedIn, go to Twitter, find the founders, find their videos, listen to what they have to say, do their background check. Uh, Imagine if you are investing in a stock, you do all of these things, right? You know who the founder is, who is the chairman is, who is the CEO, right? Third thing, and one important thing, is to see if there is a product in place and there is progress. You can go to any project's website and find out their GitHub link. Go and see if someone is even building on the product. Or Dogecoin, if you see in last 2 years, there's been no development. So why are you investing in a coin where no one is building the product, right? That's important. Fourth, understand the market supply, right? Some coins supply is, let's say, 100 million. Someone supply is 100 billion, right? So if you are saying my coin needs to go up to $500. What will be the market cap of your coin when it goes to $500? It cannot be $500 billion, right? There's no coin except Bitcoin which has market cap of $500 billion, right? So you cannot be unrealistic there.
Absolutely.
Do these research before you get into a coin. If you don't do this research and you buy a coin, essentially you are just gambling with your money. Why you want to do that?
Right. Pareen, since what white paper is now, would you just let them know what a white paper is basically? Because that's the first thing which anybody would go to and research about, right?
Yeah, white paper is like a blueprint. See, most crypto projects they start with just an idea, right? So how do you make sure that you note your vision on paper? That is a white paper. If you go to, let's say, WazirX website, you can go and read WazirX white paper, right? Similarly, if you go to Cardano's website, you can read Cardano's white paper. This gives you an idea of what the founders want, right? What the core team wants from the product. What are they trying to build, and what problem are they solving? Why are they building this thing, and do they have enough capability to build this thing, right? So all of these things are in the white paper. That's foundational for you to read. It's like reading a stocks balance sheet, right? You would do that before.
Right, right. Now, since you mentioned Cardano, I would just like to ask this question because this has been a very interesting cryptocurrency, and it's been kind of in Africa. I think probably it's been like hugely highlighted, Cardano, and and there have been some interesting podcasts by Charles on the YouTube channel regarding this cryptocurrency. How do you see Cardano now shaping up the world, and what's its future like?
For me, I think Cardano seems like a very promising project because Charles Hoskinson is really respected, and we know, that there is a potential that he ends up making something that's better than ETH tomorrow, right? But I am not in a position to
Yeah.
understand where the development is. All I understand is I don't think they've delivered as well. Just like we mentioned,
Okay.
ETH, I don't think Cardano has delivered for a long time now, right? If you've been in the market for 3, 4 years, if you haven't delivered on smart contracts, that looks like I will have to wait for something like this before getting into a
Yeah.
coin where they have been promoting, uh, but essentially still. We don't know if it is going to work or not, if it is going to secure or
Right.
not, how many apps, how easy or difficult it will be to build apps on Cardano. So when it comes to smart contracts or ETH killers, so to speak, there are too many variables out there right now. But
Right.
I would really want to see them release smart contracts and uh, some large developers build apps on Cardano before there is any promise as of now.
Right.
Is they're
Right.
compared to ETH.
Right. Now, this is a pretty direct question, Pareen. So if I ask you that, what are the five tokens that you trust? So let's begin by the fifth token.
No, I think the problem is that whenever I will say tokens,
Yeah.
people will think that this is a signal to go buy. This is a great token,
Oh, yeah.
buy it, right? So first thing is anything that we're discussing here is not financial advice, right? We are not. Uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, and a lot of tokens out there may still seem promising, but are not great investments all the time. Okay, there is
Yeah.
investment in which a project is promising, but you also have to enter at the right time. If the project has already reached the sky or the moon, you can't enter in this and forever expect it to keep going up, right? So these things, uh, when you ask like five favorite projects, I love some of the projects. But if I start doing that, it will just seem like a coin recommendation, right? So, I'm
Right.
one project that I absolutely love, and instead of buying the token, what everyone should do is go and use the product. Okay, this is a
Yeah.
product that exists. If you can use it, you will realize how great crypto ecosystem is going to be in the future, right? Which is decentralized. Decentraland is Mana. Mana is the token name. I think Decentraland is one of the first very solid products on crypto. And on Ethereum blockchain, they've built an entire VR world. In that VR world, with those tokens, you can go and buy land. On that land, you can code and you can build your own businesses, house, whatever you want, and you can sell stuff inside, which is, for me, it's like great. Wow. So you can actually enter a VR world, you can build your own stuff, and you can trade with people with cryptocurrencies. This is actually the most decentralized use case of cryptocurrencies that I think we've seen in the recent past, right? So
Yeah.
this is what it makes a project interesting. As a trader or as an investor, if you all you are doing is looking at charts all day, that's not going to help you beyond a certain point, right? Go and explore the product, right? Don't go and buy the token just because I've mentioned a project name, but go inside, look at the community, understand how to enter their world, and experiment, play with it, and see how fantastic the world with crypto is going to look in the future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's one project that I would like to mention. If we start doing this, I think people will just go and buy, and next few weeks later, when
We don't want that. We don't want that. Since, as Pareen said, if it's not a financial advice, and just that's a habitual thing for the last 4 years we've been noticing. So we don't want you to kind of just follow us. We just tell you here what's better and how the future looks like, through our expertise. But we're not giving you any financial advice here that you just go out and just rely on us and just go by. But as Pareen said, that do your own research. But Pareen, one of the inspirations which we have in India is through Polygon founders. They have been fantastic in
that's an amazing project. It took them quite some time and quite a lot of hard work to reach where they are today. But I think that's one project that we don't count as ETH killer, but that's a project that's going to probably make Ethereum usable, right? So
yeah.
absolute fantastic project and fantastic team and all of that. Uh, Again, from Matic to Polygon, their journey has been fantastic. Go and play, use some apps on Polygon. Okay, if you are really serious about learning about crypto, if you're serious about understanding the difference, let's say between Polygon and let's say Omisco or something like that, go and play around with these apps.
Yeah.
Try them out. Put a little bit of maybe 50 USDT to learn these things, right? So this will actually help you understand projects way better than any chart can ever could.
Yeah, I think one of the fantastic advices, probably which you've given, probably I see it as a practice because I did myself the same to put in the small amounts of money, really small amounts of money, and then see what technology is all about. And I think you just put it on bang on that this is how somebody should, kind of move towards understanding crypto and this whole tokens and the technology as to what's these tokens are all about. Pareen, I'll take you from here to the NFTs now. Now there are a lot of artists getting popular. I'm just not talking about people here, but even on our platform, WazirX NFT platform, there are a lot of interesting creations which are happening right now. And now how do you see NFTs being playing out in the future now? Because it's everywhere. I think if you call that crypto was a rush in January in this year, I think after a couple of months, the flow was carried out by NFTs, right? And we've seen several marketplaces launching these NFTs platforms. So do you see that the whole content creator economy is now in for a big shift?
I think we are moving towards a tokenized world, right? We
Okay.
are uh, definitely moving towards a world where all assets will be tokenized, right? And when we say, let's say, all assets to be tokenized, essentially, what we mean is not just, let's say, digital art or photography or movies or music, but everything will be tokenized in the near future. So if you hold a car, that will become an NFT one day, right? If you own a house, that will become an NFT one day. And I think WazirX NFT Players has seen so many artists definitely get onto it and do some fantastic work. I think
Absolutely.
some of the first ones in India also got onto WazirX NFT platform. So that's a great job
Yeah.
that the team is doing.
Yeah. So just a heads up to all the artists there who thinks that, kind of art is not fetching them money or art is not being served a purpose. Here is a platform which we have here, WazirX NFT platform. Come and explore the platform, and you'll see the big shift, and you realize the big shift how it's kind of happening right now. So I would say get into the future right now, before it's just too late. And it's always good to join the whole flow in the early stages rather than to kind of just wait and watch. So yeah, the product has been built for all these citizens here, and it's been doing good. Yeah. Right, Pareen. On that note, I think probably would you like to take some questions here or then end this up?
Yeah. I think most of the questions are about price. Some usual questions
Yeah.
that we got. I think that's something that we know for sure. Why market is in a dump state? Because these things happen. Crypto is highly volatile. Market, if it is in a dump state right now, uh, it may recover tomorrow. It may recover after a year. Uh, but you got to understand the fundamentals, right? So understand that before you invest. WRX burn date sometime in July. I think you will have to follow our blog or Twitter to know when the burn date is. I don't think it's announced as yet. So, yeah, someone is saying Elon is behind market dump. We don't know who is behind the market dump, right? So there is no point in predicting that who is behind market dump or pump. Uh, okay, staking. Yes. It will come on WazirX. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
WazirX burning. We don't know the date. Wait for the announcement. Uh, what would you suggest a complete beginner who wants to? Rizwan, come on. You asked this question before, right? I don't know. Let me put my playlist,
Yeah.
standard playlist for you again, so you know what to do.
Yeah.
Beginner, I'm pasting a playlist in the comment section, so check that out. I have started seeing some regulars in the comment section. I think Sai Krishna I've seen again. Rizwan was there earlier. A lot of people have become regular now.
And I think, and you can go through the slides also. Okay. Yeah. Sai is being asking why founder is not known.
Sai, Bitcoin is great because the founder is unknown. Okay, that is another layer of decentralization. See, if the founder is known, if the founder stops believing in the project, then everything dumps, right? So, for Bitcoin, it is different. Do not compare it with any other coin. Okay, Bitcoin is completely different. You will have to understand Bitcoin first. Bitcoin's greatest power is that its founder is not known, right? Otherwise, some government would have jailed that person, and we would have lost Bitcoin.
Right.
So
Right.
that's its power. But every other coin is not so great. So
Right.
uh,
Right on that note, I think Pareen, we should just call it off. And just in the end, again, I think probably I'll reiterate again that there has been a phone support helpline which has been started, and Monday to Sunday, 9 to 6. We have the numbers in the community page, and you can go and check out on the social platforms those numbers. Kindly, whatever you're suffering through on the WazirX platform, whatever the problems you've been facing through, please go ahead and dial up these numbers, and we are there for your support, right? And on that note, thank you, Pareen. It's been great help, and we came on the live stream after a couple of weeks. And
yeah,
yeah, I hope that we help people in educating, learning them about more crypto things, and so that they take more wise decisions. And yeah, on that note, thank you so much.
thank you. Okay, stream ended.